Let's see. Oh, I need two hands. Yep. I need two hands. I can't get it open with one. Alright guys, you guys probably aren't going to want to watch this episode. Jacobsen Homelite. That's my Jacobsen Homelite. One that Mikey set me up with. It's a nice machine. I wanted to do a face-off between Jacobsen Homelite and the Snapper that the one everybody knows. The ride-on. They're ride-on, not tractors, they're ride-on lawnmowers. The Jacobsen Homelite is by far better. I put it up for sale this episode. We're going to go through it, just a few things, and also show you a bit about what I'm doing in the shop, which is part of the Shop Talk series. Check it out. It's a good machine, and we're going to fix it. I finally figured out what the hell's going on with it, and my buddy Tommy told me why it vibrates so much and a way to fix it. Maybe he'll fix it. I don't know. It's up for sale. Not asking a lot for it. I don't see people running to it, but there is interest in it. But you guys seem to like the Snapper, right? This is a better machine, and it's a little bit of a face-off. You know what? Let's find out, right? Let me go through you guys, show you what's going on with it. It's a damn good machine. We're gonna fix it. You can get in this way. You guys can get in a little closer, right? Because I have to fix it. So we're not. It's a quick video, really, for the most part, and we're going a little bit deep, but we're not going super deep. It's not one of these 45-minute, hour-long watch videos and explaining away, you know, how everything goes. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, we're gonna get that guy out. I guess I just start pulling stuff out of the way. All right, let's see. I want to get to my old Jacobsen. We haven't started it in like a year. So a gel cell battery. I tried it during the winter. I was in here for something. I just checked it and it had juice in it. So let's see. It's almost out. I gotta pull this out. This guy, the Big Bertha. It's pretty neat. I'm gonna get this out because it's caught down there. There's the old Toro. I gotta clean up in here. I'm not really gonna do all of that today, but you want to see. I'm looking for a dolly, which I think they're all outside with stuff, machines under them and everything. But we need a dolly for the tractor's plow. So that's another thing on the list. I haven't used it. Mostly last year I used a big tractor. I figured we'd get this thing cleaned up and run it. And the oil is I know we did the oil last year, but the gas is probably crap. All right, let me see what else I can move. Oh, it's fiberglass all over me. Oh, wait. There we go. Jacobsen Homelite, 5-speed. This thing's awesome. We gotta clean it off. We need a rag. The fuel looks yuck. We'll put some fresh fuel in it. Oil's mint. See? It's mint. Is it gonna start? I don't know. I didn't even turn this off. I'm so bad. Oh my goodness. All right, let me get a rag for the seat. All right, we're gonna clean it off today after I use it, because it's just gonna get dirty again. Let's see. Yeah, nice battery. These batteries are awesome. All right, it's over in here. I'll show you in a little bit. Gel cell. I just kind of made it. I bought a battery that was a little bit bigger than what I needed. Okay, that's probably choke. I don't know. Or is this choke? This might be choke. That gas is puke. But we'll use it. We'll put a little fresh gas in. We'll check the tires. Let me show you. I put some stop leak in it. The sidewall of the tire ripped, and I put that stuff that I like to use in it, and it definitely sealed it up enough. Old Carlisle. We're just going to put in a little bit of air. I don't know, I got to check the rating on it. Maybe 10, 14 pounds. We'll go under the rated limit. Be better anyway for it. So you got the shifter over here, as I was saying earlier, right? That's a chain drive system. The brake is back here. There's the battery, which is just, those are great batteries. I don't know what brand it is. Most of them are pretty good. This one says Power Mall, right? I think it's like a 10 amp hour, which is about as big as will fit in here. And the chain's down there, it's a chain drive. You got your PTO, it's electrical. I put a new switch in. That was one of the first videos I did. This I don't like. It's a plastic handle, and it always feels like it's gonna break. But anyway, let's fire it. So this was choke all the way down. Somebody put this on because this broke, and that's a pretty decent system right there. It works. It's been tweaked. I love these carburetors. You got the idle adjustment up here, and you got the high adjustment down there. And it's like infinitely adjustable. You'll always have adjustment because it's older. And that's your idle cold. That went over the whole thing. All right, I'm gonna go cut the lawn. I'll be back. That's one of the cool things you can do with this machine. It's not that heavy. I want to check the blade. The vibrations are almost unbearable. I really can't even sit on it. I got a bad back, and it's aggravating me. It's really uncomfortable. I thought I balanced it, but you know, I'm not seeing any issues. Is it one with the spindle or anything? Let me pop that blade, and we'll see if we can balance it better. Now, when I hang it on the nail, you can kind of see it. I think you can see it more now, right? This side is heavy. I started removing a little material there. Although this is not really a good way to do it because it doesn't quite fit in there. Like I said, but if you use the nail, let's see what we can come up with. This is probably my problem. It's such a long blade. It's in good shape, but with this kind of an issue. Now, where would I take from it next? Well, I don't have a bag. So we can also take a little bit back here from the wing area because I don't have a bag, I'm not going to have a bag, and we probably want to turn this into a mulching blade. So another thing we can do is we could actually put another little cut right about here for another little blade surface at a slightly different elevation. We could try that next. All right, nail on the wall says this side's a little heavy. I'm trying to get to it because it's out of the way on purpose. Let me shove it over a little bit to the other side of the nail, and you can see, right? So it makes a difference. So you got to humor it. Now let's bring it over to that, bring it more towards the center. She looks kind of balanced. And I'll show you what I did with the blade, right? Because it make it into a mulching blade. It's still hot. All right, let me set this up because I need two hands. All right, so now the other side's a little heavy. This is not really working well because the blade is not a balanced blade. The nail on the wall in this case, you see what it does? It's too big for this system. But we can definitely tell that this side's a little heavy between the nail on the wall and this. So I'm gonna just work a little bit more and then we'll see what happens. And I'll show you what I did. I just took that edge and I broached everything down. You know, you make it razor sharp and then you just dress it. It reduces chipping. So now we have a mulching blade. And if I could just get a little bit more off on that side, I think we'll take a little bit from here, but I don't like to do that because I still like to have the wing. You need a wing. A lot of blades, by the way, don't have an edge there like that. Let me see. Now, here's the other thing I noticed, and that's a washer I grabbed. It's a thick washer, but we're not going to use that. I got a nice fresh lock washer, stainless steel. Now, what was on here was just this, this. I had butted it, but that's too short. That's the only thing holding this blade on. That's crazy. So what we're going to do is we're going to put, I just checked this bolt. It is definitely longer. We'll get a little bit more bite. These are the thick, heavy washers that come. This is this bolt here. These are the ones that are on the blades. This is just on lawnmower blades, right? Put a 21, 22 inch. And so to save that, okay, and we butter this up. I was even thinking about putting this on, but I don't think that's going to give us anything. These are really made for like those little locators, some of those blade adapters. I think just this, all right, is going to be an improvement. And just to show you, I defowled it. There was a lot of material wrapped around where I put the extra cutting area. And I wound up having to balance both ends after I did all of this. Defowled it because there was a lot of junk built up on here. Still is some. Wire wheeled and grinder. If you want, you could, prime or whatever and get it cleaner, but let's just try this. I want to go back to cutting my lawn. All right, I think that's an improvement. I'd say about as good as I'm going to get it. Now, I never tried to balance it before because I didn't think it needed balancing. And of course, when I first got this machine, it wasn't working and it needed a lot of other things. Nothing we could do too while we're here. Normally I use chain wax, but I think we're just going to take a little bit of this used motor oil because we're going to rinse this in a little bit. We also need to adjust the brakes. So I'm just going to try to slam a bit of lube in a few spots, and then we'll reach up underneath here later and give it a rinse. It doesn't have to be mint. Yeah, I think it's about all we need to do. Ooh, a little bit in that gear. Yeah, this is a good spot for maybe a little chain wax up in this gear. I can see that there's some abrasion. You might want to do that. Throw a little chain wax in that. Yeah, let me get the chain wax on. Another thing, we'll put a little bit of oil roll down in that bearing. I don't know, it should be sealed, but who knows? Yeah, let me get a little chain wax. I'll hit a few spots with that too while we're up in the air. Isn't it neat? Right, and I'll slam it down. I'm going to go back to cutting. All right, I managed to finish the front, but then the PTO stopped working. Either it's the PTO or, I don't know, it's electrical. I couldn't wait to get off the damn thing, right? You're in the dirt, you're sitting too low. It's the engine that's vibrating a lot. And it could be because of that electric PTO. You got so much on the end of that crankshaft, and it revs up pretty high in order to spin that big blade. It's not good to use. I cut my little lawn in the front and my little section in the front, and I can't wait to get off it. It's horrible. All right, let's move to the next thing. Well, don't forget about this guy. This is not made as nice as the Jacobsen, but a lot of people like this. It's real popular. YouTube loves it. YouTube doesn't know what the Jacobsen is. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to look at it. Can I really blame him? All right, we'll get to this. We'll get to this soon. Spoiler alert, it's coming up at some point. Basically the same motor. Let me see if I turn the light on. That's a 10 horsepower. It's a little bit more power than the little 8 that we got on the other machine. Still very nice. Pretty cool, right? All right, so I found something. When I was pressure washing, I was a little super clean here. Got everything nice and clean. Now what I found was two things. The belt's coming apart. The belt actually got thrown off, and then the drive belt got thrown off. And I found this washer sitting on the deck. And it also kept pulling the plug that connects, and you can't see it here, we'll get a look at it later. Pulls the plug that's connected to the PTO, the electric PTO. So let's see if we can figure this out, right? But done for now, enough for today. And my buddy Tommy was over here the other day. He needed something for, he does what we do. He goes, well, there's no springs on the seat. That's where all the vibrations are coming from. And when, you know what, you're right. Did it ever have any? Anyway, I'm not seeing, this is my jack rig that I made for now. I'm just trying to accumulate all the different things that I'm gonna need. And then that's out of the 70 Camaro that was here, which I miss, like with my Nova. I don't see anything wrong in here, right? There's an electric PTO in there. There is a grease fitting over there I need to grease, so we will do that. There's the chain sprocket. That's the old throttle cable. See, what was happening is this was getting pulled off, and then this is for the electric clutch, right? And that was getting disconnected. The washer that was hanging around, I don't know what that's from. I don't see anything wrong up in here. I don't see anything wrong down in here. I think the belt is just going bad. And I don't know if you can see it, but see, look. That's probably coming around back and smacking that cable apart. And making a racket and making it vibrate. The vibration, for the most part, is coming from the engine, which is right there, and it's being transmitted directly into the seat because there's no springs. Thanks, Tom. I didn't think of that. That's why it's nice to have other people with other brains. I found the problem. See, we found this washer laying on the deck, and I got a bolt in there. I think it's 3/8. I forget now. I'm just checking to make sure it runs in all the way, because it's tight, and it could either have had Loctite, or maybe as the original bolt backed out, it may have damaged the threads. But I got it in pretty far, and it's not really fighting me, so I think we're okay. We got a hardened bolt. The key is laying over there. This is it's usually a bit of lubricant. This seems like it's okay. It didn't wall her out or anything. It's just flopping around. And that would cause the belt to jump. And I don't have a belt, so I'm going to have to order that, but I got it out. I'm going to get let me take that bolt back out. Let me get a lock washer. And we'll rehang the deck. I just dropped it one bolt. One bolt dropped that portion of the deck. So I'll measure this up tomorrow, and then I'll put an order in, and then we should be able to fix it. One more thing to do. I gotta get that thing out of there, and we gotta get this thing in tonight, preferably. All right, it's back together. I gotta tell you guys, right? This is built very, very well. This is a better machine than this Snapper. And I know you guys like your Snappers. Is this the seat move? That seat. And that one doesn't have any vibration springs on it either. Yeah, that's unacceptable. This is a better machine. Absolutely. And I don't know if you can still get parts for them, but it's getting hard to get parts for these. All right, let me get this thing out of here. We're going to jack it down. All right, I got it up in the front just to make it a little easier, and I got the deck all the way down. I bought a nice new belt. All right, so the old belt would have ran, but I'll keep the old belt for sizing. This was like $6. I ordered the wrong one. I guess I don't know if it was me. I'd like to blame somebody else, and you guys want to stand up for that. So this is better than the Snapper, and I wanted to do a head-to-head as to why. But a lot of it has to do with the bearings and things like that are in here, the way it's made, the construction. This thing lasted. The Snappers are very lightweight. This has got a real transmission. It's chain driven. It's got like a transmission that you would see in like a lot of lawn tractors. The Snapper has one that's in that same transmission that you find in the back of a snowblower. You know. But you guys like the Snappers. You don't even know what this one is. Let me get to work. We'll be back in a bit, and then we'll run it up, and I'll just do a few things to it, clean it up a little bit, and get it ready for the fella. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, so there's a lot of reasons for why I think this thing's better. Its construction is better. It's a better transmission. It has well, it's all rod actuated. It's got a clutch and a brake, which is separate. You got the 8 horsepower Briggs motor, which is neither here nor there. It's got a nice steering system. All the steering knuckles and suspension knuckles and bushings and everything up front, they're all real beefy, right? They're just well made, the whole chassis and everything. It's just so well made. And the only bit of plastic is up here in the front. I don't know what to say. I mean, as a mechanic working on this, there's not that much to do because most of this stuff doesn't really wear. it's more closer to a tractor, a lawn tractor, in terms of its drive system and everything. It's very easy to service. As you can see, you can put this thing up on its butt. Well, the Snapper you can too, but you can get to all the belts and everything fairly easy. It's not super hard. It's not super heavy, right? It has also a nice parking brake. It's a simple machine. You have 5 speeds, so you got your reverse and your forward gears and your neutral. The battery is still running great because it's a gel cell. Everything is working good, and I feel comfortable about selling it now, right? He's going to have at least something that's going to work well for him for a number of years. And then if he wants to have service, he can come back to me and we'll work out a plan, right? Costs and everything. The only thing it really needs, it may have had it, is it needs springs on the back, but I'm not asking a lot for it, so I'm not going to solve all its problems. But shout out to Tom. If I were to keep it, that would be one of the first things I would do, and I think it would really help out a lot. The Snapper doesn't have it, but I don't know if the Snapper is more comfortable in that regard. Maybe it is. We'll find out. All right, let's just run it up. All right, so I got the blade up high so we don't cut the lawn. And feet, I forget which one's which. I think this is the clutch on my left, and this is the brake. I might want to clean that off and just write that on the front in magic marker for now, so that it's easier, because even I forget. It should be in neutral. Okay, and then all the way down is choke, and then we bring it up right after we get it started. Alright, that's it. Works good. Okay, so I'm going to write on that clutch brake. I'm going to do that now. I'll see you guys on the next one. We'll be looking forward to the Snapper and some other stuff, right? Thanks for watching Archer's Garage. Yay!